Hello and welcome to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel, and today's episode for Ford Friday we'll be looking at the Ford Escort RS Turbo Series 1. Welcome back, and if you're new to Quarterlight, we're a car brochure channel here on YouTube looking at cars from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. So if you're interested in cars and car brochures, please consider subscribing. Anyway, back to today's episode. It's Ford Friday, so of course we're looking at a Ford, and in this case the Ford RS Turbo, and this is a very early brochure actually from 1984. These particular cars first appeared at the Geneva Motor Show in October 1984. This little brochure is dated October 1984, so kind of like the introduction to the car. I say a brochure, really it's just a two-sided sheet, as these early introductions very often are. And of course, based on the third generation Ford Escorts, which ran from September 80 to February 86. At launch, the third generation came as an L, a GL, a Gear and an XR3, but by October 82 we've got injection, so that became an XR3i, and then of course 84 we get this, kind of like the range topper of them all, the Escort RS Turbo. And like I said, this is a very early one, 84, so it will be a Series 1. An interesting car, and a car where prices have gone a little bit ridiculous for what it is, but certainly an interesting car, and I'm sure Ford enthusiasts think very high of it. Now these early ones, and particularly on this sheet, it's only saying you can get it in white. That's your only colour choice, and lots of colour coordinating parts on this, from the wing mirrors to the bumpers, but overall it does look very good. Although I must admit, I always remember at the time thinking I preferred the look of the XR3i, but maybe that's just me. Maybe it was all the full white treatment kind of put me off a bit. I don't know. Like I say, it does show in this brochure the Series 1 only came in white, but there were a couple of special ones. Really, white was just there for the general public, but there were two specials produced in black. One of them, of course, famously was presented to Her Royal Highness the Princess of Wales, of course, and that car is still around. Usually gets sold at ridiculous prices, and there was another one, I don't know if it went to the press, I'm not sure, but there were at least two in black. But like I say, general public, the average person, you could only get this car in white as these early Series 1s. And really, the clue was in the name, wasn't it? Here on the brochure, I love the text actually, the script. Very 80s, isn't it, that Escort RS Turbo? But really the clue is in the graphics on the front cover. Escort RS Turbo, white hot. Anyway, this sheet is only a two-sided sheet, so let's flick it round the other way and see if we can get some specifications. Oh yeah, lots more information, a bit of text to read there, some specifications. Let's start with the text there on the left hand side. So as we zoom in there, it says at the top there, the new Escort RS Turbo coming soon, because yeah, remember we said this brochure or sheet is from October 84. It only just been unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show in this month, so even though you could pick up this sheet, you couldn't actually physically buy the car at this time. We had to be a bit patient. It starts by telling us, it's the Ford's first volume produced turbo in Europe, developed by the Special Vehicle Engineering, intended for Group A Motorsport. It then goes on to tell us that it's derived from the lovely XR3i, and it comes with the Garrett turbocharger, the T3, providing a maximum boost pressure of 0.5 bars, and equipped with electronically controlled Bosch KE Jetronic fuel injection, no less. Internal modifications to the 1.66 CVH engine include new pistons, strengthened and reprofiled to lower the compression ratio from 9.5 to 8.31. High temperature sodium cooled pneumonic alloy exhaust valves and revised inlet and exhaust porting. The RS Turbo is fitted with an engine control system which features electronic management of both ignition and turbocharger boost pressure. By reference to a calibrated multi-point map, the pressure signal to the turbocharger wastegate is modified by the microprocessor, tailoring boost to operating conditions and providing three important safety features: avoidance of engine knock or detonation by automatic boost reduction, fuel cutoff and ignition cutoff. So this little bit of a text, like an introduction to this car, it goes into quite a lot of detail, doesn't it? So in all, it's really telling me that this car is very much there for the enthusiast. It does go on to tell us revised valve timing and engine development have provided an extremely flat and usable torque curve for a turbo engine. Boost pressure is detectable as low as 1000 RPM, and at 2200 RPM torque is equivalent to the maximum developed by the XR3i. Peak torque for the turbo is 180 Newton meters achieved at 3000 RPM. I think that's possibly really a shout out to, turbos really had a real turbo lag around about this sort of time. And it continues in a very technical frame by saying the uprated braking system and sport suspension with Girling gas shock absorbers all round is derived from the RS 1600i. To reduce wheel spin and improve handling, the RS Turbo also features a viscous coupled limited slip differential which uses a silicon fluid in shear to control the torque distribution between the front wheels. The shear build-up of shear forces in the fluid locks the differential progressively as the wheel spins faster. This provides a much smoother differential lock than a conventional mechanical system, eliminated interior vehicle noise, improving traction, handling and benefiting front tyre life. Then we get these little images at the bottom, alloy wheel of course, a picture of the sports steering wheel, ref counter there of course. Apparently the dashboard's cracked on these, I don't know, I heard that, I don't know if it's true or not. And the nice Recaro sport seats, which you kind of like would expect for a car of this type. Then we get the specifications proper, starting with the engine. So yeah, 1.6 fuel injected with that Garrett T3 turbocharger intercooler, 1597cc 4-cylinder, automatic choke, electronic ignition, maximum power on there as well. I'm not going to read it all because kind of like we've touched a lot of it in the text, but of course you can pause this screen at any time. Interestingly, it does show the performance figures though. Ford test figures, maximum speed 125, 0 to 60, 8.2 seconds. Not bad for the time, but kind of like in today's frame, it's not a particularly fast car, I'm kind of like thinking. But of course, there were lots of ability to increase the performance. There was lots of little aftermarket stuff you could actually do, and I think a lot of people did that. Fuel consumption figures, as you can see there, so constant 56, it's doing 35.3, so nothing spectacular, but it's a bit more of a performance car really. Insurance group, I guess if you have to ask, you can't afford it. And a glimpse into that engine bay, look at that. And then the engineering body, 3-door, you can only have as a 3-door of course. More information again about the engine, gearbox is a 5-speed of course, viscous coupled limited slip differential. This must have been either the first or one of the first front wheel drive cars to get a limited slip differential, I'm thinking. Choke, automatic, and then the tyre sizes. And then information what you got on the exterior. So bumpers were body coloured with body protective inserts and end caps. door mirrors, body coloured housings, driver side remote control, passenger side remote control. Fuel tank cap, locking by ignition key, hazard warning flashes, heated rear window with auto switch off, horn dual turn on, handles, locks black, lamps, halogen headlamps, reversing lamps, rear fog lamps, front driving lamps, very much, you know, the sporty Fords used to like doing that. Overriders front and rear. If you notice, the overriders are in black, even though the bumpers themselves are painted. Radiator grille, body coloured louvers, rocker panel mouldings, body coloured, servo assisted brakes, spoilers front, body coloured, special, tailgate, body coloured, special, tailgate push lock release, tailgate wash wipe, tape stripe, body side RS decal, of course, tinted glass all round, tow hooks, wheels which were alloys, wheel arch extensions and air deflectors, body coloured, window surrounds, body colour, windscreen laminated, windscreen wash electric, windscreen wipers 2-speed variable intermittent. And on the interior we've got a carpet, load compartments, passenger compartments, shark grey cut pile, centre console, cigar lighter, front illuminated, clock, quartz, digital solid state multifunction, and cloth door inserts. It goes on to tell us on the inside we get a coin box, courtesy lights front, load compartments, fascia instrument switches illuminated, gas struts on tailgate, headlining perforated black, head restraints, front seats fully adjustable, heater, fan, 3-speed illuminated controls, and in-car entertainment, 4 speakers with the joystick speaker balance control, remember those little joysticks in Fords, and push button stereo radio, MWLW VHF stereo cassette, SRT 32p, package tray, rear carpeted, tilting removable rear view mirror, dipping, seats, fabric trim is Monza, front reclining sports Recaro, front adjustable thigh support, rear folding seat back and cushion, 60/40 split rear. Seat belts, front inertia reel, 2 rear lap, diagonal inertia reel and 1 lap centre static, steering wheel, 3 spoke soft feel, storage bins in front doors, storage shelves, driver lower, passenger upper, tachometer, trip recorder, vanity mirror on passenger sun visor, warning lights, brake failure, handbrake, clean hands, direction indicator, ignition, alternator, main beam and oil pressure, windows, opening rear quarters. And you do kind of like forget there were optional features as well, factory fitted, so a special pack consisting of a tilting sliding glass sunroof, central locking with torch key, electrically operated front windows, and there was an in-car entertainment upgrade as well to a push button all electronic multi-feature stereo radio, stereo cassette ECUI. And then we move down the colour and main pattern trim. Bit of confirmation there, only available officially in diamond white, Monza trim, grey, blue piping. And then at the bottom here we've got the publication number FA676 October 1984. And then a nice little image of the front end there, confirmation, you know, the overriders were in black, those spotlights, colour matched grille, wheel arches, door mirrors, you know, everything in white. For me, I didn't particularly like that all white look, but you know, a lot of people did. So there we go, the Ford Escort RS Turbo for 1984. Love them or hate them, there's no doubt about it. A very iconic car of the 80s, that sort of hot hatch era. Well, they kept coming out with these until the insurance said no, because nobody could afford the insurance on hot hatches anymore, and you know, warm hatches became more of a thing. But nevertheless, like I say, a very iconic car of the 80s to end today's Ford Friday. Do you remember these? Did you own one? Let me know in the comments. I think they're really good cars, but I don't think they're worth how much they sell for today. I think Escort money's gone a little bit crazy in my mind anyway. Thank you so much for watching the show today. Please do like and subscribe if you've not done already. Many more Fords will be shown every Friday on Ford Friday. Tomorrow we'll be looking at a special edition model of something, so look out for that. But I'd like to say take care, have a great weekend, we'll see you soon, and goodbye.